If you want to sail to the Bahamas this November and you're by yourself, or maybe there's just two of you, you're a bit short on cash and just need something easy and just about ready to go, have I found the boat for you. I was checking the listings as I do every couple of days, and this one just showed up at Murray Yacht Sales, which is already in Florida. And before I show you, I want to apologize for the filming they did for their ad. You'll have to get past how terrible it is to see this boat for what she's worth. This is a 37-foot Beneteau Oceanis 370, and it's perfect for the hop from Florida to the Bahamas and then down on toward the Turks because it's cheap, easy, and small with big boat vibes inside. The 370 was built to be a mid-size family cruiser with 2 or 3 bedrooms depending on which one you wanted, with a weight of about 13,000 pounds dry, which is perfect for that hop across the Gulf Stream. The beamy 12.5 feet leave a lot of living space inside, as Beneteau always does, and the 5-foot keel's exactly what you want in the Bahamas. You'll be able to get into Norman's Cay on this thing, which I still confess is the most beautiful place in the world. You'll also be able to get into the hurricane holes in Georgetown and anchor on the good side of the grotto in Staniel Cay, right up at Cruisers Beach, where the cruising sailors hang their wooden signs. I hope mine's still there. This boat comes with the furling mainsail with a hull speed of about 7.5 knots, so you won't be the slowest boat in the convoy headed across the Gulf Stream come November. And because she's already in Florida, you'll have a few months to get her outfitted before November to make the trip, while everyone else has to make their way down the East Coast. They listed this boat just now for 50 grand, not 49.5 or 52.5, 50,000. That to me means they pulled that number out of the air, or the owner is just insistent that she's worth 50 grand, which means likely you can get this boat for 40 or 42. The ad says he removed the cockpit speakers, so complain about that when you ask about the boat. Also complain about the engine hours. It's listed at approximately 3,800 on that Volvo, and approximately 3,800 means he's guessing, so the engine hour meter's likely broken. The shower and the toilet in this boat are in 2 separate rooms, which is kind of weird, but at least the toilet paper won't get wet. She has this single aft bed, which is fairly tight under the cockpit, so you'll likely be sleeping up front. But for 40-something grand, and it's just you, that's likely not going to be a problem. You get a proper nav desk on this boat, which is really important if you need somewhere to work to set up your laptop. Because if you're like me and you still have to work, you have to have a place that's comfortable while you do it. And this boat has that covered. This boat also has brand new air conditioning, 16,000 BTUs newly installed, and a couple of small solar panels already, which of course you'll probably be upgrading. The standing rigging was done in 2016, so it's less than 10 years old. The running rigging is all new, and the mainsail was replaced in 2017. The single most important downfall of this boat is the furling mainsail, however. This is the furling system that gave furling systems a bad name back in the 90s. This is the one that can jam up. This is the critical part of this boat. The furling system on the main needs to be heavily inspected, and any wear in anything needs to be replaced. Test it over and over and over again at the dock to make sure it's not going to jam. And if you're really worried about it, get rid of it. That's a big hang up with this boat. And if you can find a way around that stupid furling main that they put on these 90s Beneteaus, then you'll be all the better for it. This boat will also need an anchor. It comes with a 35-pound plow, so you'll be wanting a 35-pound Rockner or Mantis or bigger to head over to the islands with. She also only has 50 feet of chain, which you'll want to replace with at least 100 feet, coupled with the 100 feet of road that she already comes with. The previous owner painted and marked the keel bolts, which shows a good aptitude for maintenance, which we like to see. Everything in the pictures suggests the owner that cared for this boat a great deal. What we're looking for on this boat when we go see it is water intrusion anywhere, particularly the cord decks around any fasteners or openings in the top layer of fiberglass. This boat's from the 90s, so she's had a lot of time for water to get into the deck. We'll also want to be looking for water in the hull with a good moisture meter and watch for osmosis and blistering. Most boats don't have these problems, but it's always a risk. This is also a keel matrix boat, so pull all the bilge boards and make sure all the stringers in that matrix are solid, not delaminated, and still fastened to the hull. For the 40-something thousand you could take this boat for, you'd have to hurry. It's almost go to the Bahamas season, which starts in November. And in Florida, this thing's not going to last long. It's a very, very nice, lighter weight boat that will be excellent for that Bahamas trip, and a very easy way to jump on a boat that looks like it needs very little before it leaves. I would budget about $5,000 for upgrades, an anchor and some chain, and a bit bigger solar installation to make the power. I wouldn't bother with a water maker on this boat to just hit the Bahamas, as water's readily available in most places there. I might also budget for a good mattress up in the V-berth, and would definitely replace the missing speakers in the cockpit. The Bahamas is just not the same without some Jimmy Buffett or Kenny Chesney playing in the background. What do you guys think about this boat? Let me know in the comments. And the mission here at Lady K Sailing has always been to get more people sailing more easily, and I couldn't do it without the help of the patrons. Thank you guys so much. A big shout out. If you'd like to help with the mission, please consider becoming a patron. Until next week, guys, keep the heavy side down, but not too far down. We'll see you.